Welcome to our little piece of paradise here in Southwest Florida. To kind of bring you up to date, we are in Lehigh Acres, which is a few miles east of Fort Myers, Florida. Unlike a lot of Florida, we are rural in many aspects. There's still a lot of cattle ranching and, of course, orange groves and other types of farming. Immokalee, just south of here, is well known for its wonderful gardens, and they have a huge packing plant and a little bit of a farmer's market that services much of the restaurants and grocery stores of South Florida, and actually some of it is actually shipped even north of here. But today I want to take you on a little tour of what we call our garden. Our plan is to use this property, we've got about an acre here, to not only feed ourselves and anyone that comes to here to stay with us, but also to share with those that are less fortunate. We volunteer at a local community food pantry that's a product of several churches coming together and working to provide food for those that have been hard hit by the economy in the last few years, and then the Gulf oil spill. And unfortunately, we found that there are many families here locally that need our help. Our plan is to cultivate nearly all of the property that I'm showing you now, and hopefully I'm getting a good panoramic view. I'll show you some close-ups here in a few minutes, but we need some help, and we're willing to provide a place to stay and food if you'd like to come join us. As you can see, the part that I'm showing you now is still needing to be cleaned up. You would not believe most of the property looked like this when we moved in, and we've cleared almost all of it, but we need some help completing the clearing. We need help, of course, with the gardening. We've got a good bit of planting already done, which I'll show you in a few minutes, but we plan to plant a lot more. If you like gardening, if you enjoy being outdoors, winters here in South Florida are just spectacular. Have so many acquaintances and people from north of here that just cannot believe how wonderfully warm it is. Very seldom gets over the low 80s. Most of the time it's in the 70s. I'm showing you right now our double compost pit. We try to provide natural fertilizer. We don't use any chemicals. It's all organic. We try to be bug friendly. We cultivate bees. We don't really have any beehives that we have brought to this part of the world, but any bees that we find out here, and there are several natural hives, we leave as natural. We don't try to exterminate them. We don't use any chemicals to combat the what you might call the bad bugs. We try to do it all naturally. We've got a little fish pond. We feed an awful lot of them to the goldfish. We've got a bumper crop of goldfish this year. We're starting a new thing here called hay bale gardening. Found it on the internet, and we're going to put manure and compost on top of these hay bales, and we're going to be growing not only in the center of the hay bales, which we'll build up, but we will also extend our gardening ability by planting actually on top of these hay bales and allowing the vines and whatnot to creep over them. And that way we don't have any loss of production. And if we get a heavy rain like we can here in South Florida, they'll be up and out of the water. This is one of our gardens here that we've got under cultivation. There are a couple of papaya trees here. We've also got a couple of mango trees that you may have seen in the video that I just passed. I forgot to mention that to you. And here we've got radishes, squash, okra, just about anything that you can think about that would be normally grown in a garden. We're going to have it here. And once again, I'd like to say that we'd love to have you come and join us. We're a happy little group. We try to have convivial conversation, and we're well known for eating well. That's one of the benefits of living on a farm, is you do eat well. I'm going to show you our little nursery we've got going on here. This is where we start our seeds and then transplant them to the garden. I'm going to try to show you this from the top. As you can see, we've got some buckets going here with compost and soil, and some of them are getting ready to be transplanted. They're coming up very, very well. This is our dry season right now. We have to water pretty extensively. I'll show you one of our little watering systems here. This is our east garden, and as you can see, it's coming up really well. We've had this under cultivation for about 60 days, and they're starting to show some promise now. We've got a bud there on our spaghetti squash, and these two buckets over here are our drip irrigation system, so that they get water all night long, which is the prime time for watering, so that the sun does not take the heat of the day and evaporate your water before it can do any good. Just show you quickly, here's a couple of more papaya trees. We'll try to keep them in areas where they won't be hit by a cold north wind. And I'm going to close by showing you our prize starfruit tree. I always have trouble pronouncing the name of the fruit, so I call it starfruit, but it's actually called caracaba, I believe. And you can see some little fruits starting there. We picked a real big one yesterday. If you come and join us, you'll really enjoy that fruit. We have a special dessert we make with it. I can't even describe how delicious it is, and look forward to sharing that with you. Of course, here's a tropical banana tree that shows up well here in South Florida. So I have to keep this short because we have a limitation on time on YouTube, so I'm going to leave you here. But I want to go back over here and close with a shot of our very tranquil little pond where the goldfish live. We've got a little pump here that kind of makes a rhythmic noise that I find very soothing. So please consider joining us. If you have any questions, follow up with us with an email, or there's Huey doing his thing, and we'll be glad to get back with you. Have a blessed day, and God bless you.